Okay, so
Okay, ma'am. Shall we start?
yes, I'm ready.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Participants, are you there? आगे सब लोग?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, please continue.
okay, so good afternoon, everyone, once again, and welcome to the second session. So, we are learning syllables. So, syllables, जैसे हमने कहा था कि basic unit is sound, और basic unit के बाद अब आता है syllable, which is a which is the basic unit of English rhythm. So sounds also have rhythm. And because of this rhythm, we have pronunciation. So pronunciation में आपने, am I audible to everyone? I hope.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So आपने pronunciation में you must have seen कि किसी syllable पे ज़्यादा stress होता है, किसी syllable पे कम stress होता है, और अगर stress इधर उधर हो जाए तो pronunciation changes. So ये syllables जो होती हैं ये basic unit of rhythm होती हैं. So English words can have 1, 2, 3 or even more syllables. And in the word driveway, there are 2 syllables. In the sentence drive him away, there are 4. अब ये पता कैसे चलेगा कि syllables कहाँ कितने होते हैं? So we will just understand um, how to measure the syllables. Anybody, do you have any idea about syllables or how to measure, how to count the syllables? Does anybody know about it? You can share. Or even when we, like I shared in the beginning, when we are talking about word division, we should never divide syllables. और अगर हमें इसकी awareness ही नहीं होगी तो we may end up doing something which we are not aware of. So जैसे इन्होंने कहा driveway में 2 syllables हैं. अब क्यों है भाई 2 syllables? कोई लॉजिक होना चाहिए ना. Anything without logic is not acceptable. So let's see whether it has 2 syllables or it has 3 syllables. So do you all can do this exercise? Put your hand under the chin and say the word and count the number of times your chin drops when you say the word. Like even when now I'm talking, my chin is dropping. So if I say chin, drop, है ना? तो ये एकदम आपने भी देखा कि chin में एक बार नीचे गए, drop में एक बार नीचे गए, तो ये under तो 2 बार नीचे गए, तो ये जो ड्रॉप हो रहा है that is equal to 1 syllable. तो जो वॉवल साउंड पे हमारी चिन ड्रॉप हो जाती है, और जो वॉवल साउंड्स की यूनिट्स बनती हैं उनको हम सिलेबल्स कहते हैं. तो जैसे अगर मैंने एक वर्ड बोला इंजीनियरिंग, अब इंजीनियरिंग में कुछ कॉन्सोनेंट्स हैं, कुछ वॉवल्स हैं, तो कॉन्सोनेंट वॉवल के कॉम्बिनेशन से हमारे बन गए सिलेबल्स. और उन सिलेबल्स को कैसे ब्रेक करना है वो हम इस एक्सरसाइज से इजीली सीख सकते हैं. सो जैसे ड्राइव वे, तो क्लियरली आपको दिख रहा है ना, ड्राइव वे 2 times, so it has 2 syllables. Drive him away 3 times, 3 syllables. It is that simple. Is it clear? You can do it yourself and check. Drive way. 2. Drive him away. 3. So as simple as this. बस syllables ऐसे count करने हैं. ठीक है? तो जैसे spider. 2. window. 2. turtle. 2. तो आप भी ये करके देख सकते हैं, सिलेबल्स में ऐसे डिवाइड करते हैं. तो जैसे स्पाइडर, अगर हमें इसे माना डिवाइड करना है तो हम ऐसे ही हाइफन करेंगे उसको, बिकॉज SPID और फिर ER कर दिया, that is not the way. Whenever you are dividing the words, you have to divide them into syllables. That is a rule of word division. Okay, so is this clear to everyone? जो हमने अभी किया syllables का, because I'm going to be doing an exercise with all of you. Yes, did you do it yourself and check? आप
Yes,
अपने
ma'am.
आप करके चेक कर रहे हैं?
Yes,
तो लॉजिक है ना? इज इट
yes,
वर्किंग?
yes, yes,
क्लियर
ma'am.
हो रहा है ना?
Completely
Yes,
working. Yes, ma'am.
absolutely. Okay, so now we come to the this exercise on word division. So जब भी हम word division करते हैं, आप अपने लिखने में, राइटिंग में करेंगे तो hyphen will be used to divide a word. अब वर्ड हाइफन और डैश में भी फर्क होता है. डैश वी आर गोइंग टू बी डूइंग अ लिटिल लेटर. जो वर्ड्स को डिवाइड करेगा उसे हम हाइफन बोलते हैं. सो हाइफनेटेड वर्ड्स वी मस्ट हैव ऑलरेडी हर्ड ऑफ. सो वन सिलेबल वर्ड अगर है तो उसको आप नहीं डिवाइड कर सकते. अगर ड्राइव खाली एक वर्ड है, ड्राइव, अब ड्राइव को आप नहीं डिवाइड कर सकते बिकॉज इट्स ऑलरेडी वन सिलेबल वर्ड. हाउ विल यू डिवाइड इट? पर ड्राइव वे है अगर, तो ड्राइव हाइफन वे, ऐसा आप उसको डिवाइड कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इट्स ए टू सिलेबल वर्ड. प्रॉपर नाउन्स अगर किसी के नाम है, जैसे माय नेम इज दिव्या, तो दिव या उसको डिवाइड नहीं करना है. इट्स अ प्रॉपर नाउन. प्रॉपर नाउन्स विल नॉट बी डिवाइडेड. और अगर आपके प्रीफिक्स और सफिक्स लगे हैं वर्ड में तो ऑलवेज डिवाइड फ्रॉम प्रीफिक्स और सफिक्स. जैसे अनवांटेड, अकाउंटेबल, तो प्रीफिक्स क्या है? जो वर्ड के पहले लगेंगे, और सफिक्स क्या है? जो वर्ड के बाद लगेंगे. अगर किसी में ऑलरेडी हाइफनेटेड वर्ड है तो उसको आपने दोबारा हाइफन नहीं लगाना है. इट इज ओके. एक बार हाइफन लग सकता है, दो बार हाइफन नहीं लगेगा. So that is what we have to remember, that we can use only hyphen only once. Already hyphenated word not to be hyphened again.
हेलो
Hello.
हेलो
Yes.
मैडम आवाज नहीं आ रहा है. आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Hello.
मॅडम
आवाज नहीं आ रही?
मॅडम आ
आवाज
रही
नाही आ
आहे.
रही.
आवाज येतोय मॅडम. तुमच्याकडलं कनेक्शन एकदा चेक करा मॅडम. आवाज क्लिअर आहे मॅडमचा.
अच्छा ठीक है. बाहर
मॅडम कंटिन्यू करिए.
हाँ, तो प्रॉपर
Divya,
नेम्स. हाँ, हेलो.
Divya, Divya, ma'am, I just wanted to ask. You said now that in one word only one hyphen should be used. Okay, but generally in nowadays in this word two hyphens are used.
I mean, if the word is already hyphenated, there are many words, so they are already in practice. Such double hyphenated words which are already in practice, we cannot do anything to change those. But we
Okay.
cannot create more double hyphenated words from our end.
Okay.
That is what I mean to say. Like unwanted, unpaybe hyphen, want paybe hyphen, unwant hyphen ed. ऐसा तो नहीं कर सकते ना, because then it will lose its meaning. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Does that
Yes.
answer your question? Yes. Okay. So this is one syllable words, and proper nouns we do not divide. They are to remain the way they are. And okay. Then word division, syllables. So what are syllables? I'm just going to be revising this. It's a unit of pronunciation, the rhythm, the basic unit of pronunciation. And one vowel sound is there. It may have consonants or it may not have consonants, like but beautiful. Beautiful, B-E-A-U. So there are 3 vowels, but sound is 1. And it could be forming the whole or a part of word. Again, there are 2 syllables. How many syllables are there in basket? Do it yourself and see. How many? I'm not doing it.
Ma'am,
2. And computer?
3.
Yes. And wonderful.
3.
3. Absolutely correct. Wonderful. So very clearly 3 syllables. Yes. So bas itna hi sa tha syllables mein. Now based on these syllables, there are many spelling rules. So everything in English again is based on a certain logic. So see how interesting was it to learn about syllables. Now on these syllables, all the spelling rules are formed. The basis is this. So we will just see if we get time, we will do those. And if we don't get time, then we'll see when can we do that. Okay. Would you like to learn some interesting rules about spelling also? You can let me know, then I'll see how I can accommodate that.
Yes, ma'am, we want to learn.
You want to learn? That's amazing. So there are many interesting rules related to spelling and syllables. I'll just share this with you. So there are basically 5 spelling rules which are very important. So I'm going to be just talking about the first one is floss. Just remember floss. Easy. Floss is something we all are familiar with. So whenever the sound of F, L, S or Z is heard after a short vowel at the end of a 1 syllable word, the last letter is always doubled. So that is why puff, huff, fluff, cliff, hill, tall. So many times we must be wondering, why do we have these last letters? Why do we double up these last letters? So the common rule is floss is the word ending in F, L or S. So here, puff, hill, miss, buzz, jazz, fuzz. So now we know why there are 2 Z's in fuzz. Bosses, boss. Why do we have 2 S in boss? So this is one rule. The second rule is when there is 1 syllable word with a single consonant like hot, fat, sun. So all these are with single consonant. But if you're adding a suffix to it, you will double the last letter. Simple rule, simple rule. So run is single N, but you add a suffix ing to it, it becomes double N. Pat, double T, pig, double G. Many adults and children do not know this rule and they make such spelling mistakes. So writing WRITTING, I have seen so many learners write this. Hitting is HITTING because hit again is vowel consonant, consonant CVC pattern and ing is added. And writing may E comes at the end. So the last letter can never be doubled. That is something we have to remember. Now, what if in the middle of the word, like middle letter is doubled? When does that take place? So that takes place when there are 2 syllables and the first syllable is a short vowel. So rabbit, ton, null. Butter, happen, letter, puppet, bottom, copper. So क्या हो रहा है कि there are two syllables and the first syllable is a short syllable. So the middle letter is double. This is one more rule. So remember these, and one more rule I just want to share. C के बाद EI आता है कि IE आता है, we get confused with that. So it is always I before E. Thief, believe. But अगर C आ गया तो it will become EI. Receive, perceive, conceit. That is again a rule. I'm just doing these rules not taking too much time, but these are some of the common word roots. Can you tell me a word related with these roots? This is vocab building quickly. This is very, very simple. So, AQU. What word can we make with that?
Aquarium.
Quickly. Aquarium. Yes, yes.
Bibliography.
Aquarium. Aquarium, aqua, aquatic. Yes. Then the next one.
Bibliography.
Yes. Next one.
Technology.
Yes. Next one.
Geography.
Geography. Then.
Photography.
Photo. Photosynthesis. Okay. Yes. Body.
Circle. Jurist.
Jury. Judge.
Manuscript.
Manual.
Pacific.
Pacify. Pacify. You want to pacify somebody, so you want to calm that person down. Yes, very good. And these are again root word port. So from one word, how many more words can we make? So deport, one word is port. Deport, export, import, portable, portage, porter, portfolio, report, support, transport. Now from transport, can you make more words? Transported.
Transportation.
Transportation and transporter, transported. So all these, so this is, just for vocab building lexical resource we had. So I thought of just bringing in these words. Now let's do time for an exercise. Let's do this exercise on spelling. Which one is correct?
Ma'am, second one.
Yes, absolutely correct. Second me?
Third.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Third me? Which one is correct?
Third.
Third. Business.
Third me, third is correct. Yes. Fourth.
Second.
First.
What's the difference between the first and the second one?
Second is stagnant.
Both the spellings are correct. The first is also correct. The second is also correct, but both have different meanings.
Ma'am,
So which?
stationery means जहाँ pen, paper, pencils जहाँ जो रहती है वो, and stationery second one means fixed.
Absolutely. So actually, the train is stationed, or the train is stationary at the station. So station is the place where trains are stationed. So उस station से ये stationary है, स्थिर, not moving. So that is, and ERY is for pens paper. जो हमारी stationery shop होती है, college stationery, that is ERY. The first answer is the correct answer. Okay, tell me the answer here.
Second.
Second.
Yes. Sixth में
Second. Both, ma'am. Both second and third. No, second.
No, second is not correct.
Third one.
The seventh one is second. Seventh one is second.
Sixth, अभी हम sixth वाले पे हैं. Sixth वाले पे third one is correct. वो definitely define से आता है. Define. It is definitely the third one is correct. It is not
Third.
NITELE.
Yes.
It's NITELE. Okay. हाँ, seventh में sir ने बोला कौन सा? First, second, third. Second one is correct.
Second.
Eighth वाले में
Second.
First.
अभी हमने C का रूल
First.
किया था. It is IE, but otherwise it's EI. C के बाद it is EI. So eighth का first is correct.
First.
The first one is correct.
Is here. Correct.
So this we have already done. Now we come to the syllables. So syllables का एक exercise करते हैं. And the example is already given, teacher. So you can see like this, teacher. So there are two syllables and how to break it, teacher. So little का कैसे होगा? अभी हमने वो rabbit rule किया था ना? Rabbit rule, do you remember? Rabbit. First, हाँ, D, little. The D is the correct option. The people में
First one.
first one is correct. People. Yes, absolutely. First one. Third one.
D. I'm D.
D is correct. Money. D is correct. Fourth.
B. Under.
A is the correct answer. Yes. Fifth में, huh?
Again.
A.
A is the correct answer. Against. Yes, first is the correct answer. Next,
A.
power. Yes. Seventh में,
B. Brother.
absolutely. Next,
C.
B.
C.
One.
Science. Until में, ninth,
D.
D, and
D.
tenth,
B.
B. Absolutely correct. So little practice on syllables. So are we feeling a little confident with syllables, long vowels, short vowels, and few spelling rules that we did? So shall we move on to the next topic that we have for today?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So now we are going to be doing, ये तो हमने अपने English के words किए. Now थोड़े से we use foreign words also. So I'm going to be doing some foreign words now. Before that, I will just share the complete this hyphen ka, what we were doing. I think I started, yes, it was skip हो गई थी. So hyphen joins two or more words, like ma'am, you were saying even up to date is a double hyphenated word, but it is already there. We cannot do anything about it. Cooperate, anti-nuclear, great grandmother, weekend, non-verbal, subpart, Sometimes when numbers are there in a sentence, even then 19th century becomes a hyphenated word because it shows that there are numbers involved. When there are compound numbers, this is very important, from 21 to 99, always use a hyphen in between. So 51, 81, 89, 32, 65. And if you are using fractions, the numerator or denominator ke beech mein use a hyphen. That is important again. And if it is like numbers or words hai, to bhi hyphen aata hai. So these are the rules for hyphens in numbers. Okay, the first rule is compound numbers. The second rule is written fractions. So between numerator and denominator, जब आप उनको शब्दों में लिख रहे हैं और जब आप एक नंबर और एक शब्द में लिख रहे हैं, then also we will be using hyphen. So again, this I've already told you, do not divide a word so that a single letter or the letters stand alone. तब हम नहीं, जैसे example is given here, Dan, a tennis champion, serves more. Aces is the word, A यहाँ कर दिया, CES यहाँ कर दिया. So that is completely wrong. Proper nouns and proper adjectives को नहीं कर सकते. और ऑलरेडी अगर हाइफनेटेड वर्ड है तो उसको हाइफन के बाद ही लिखिए. सोलर पावर्ड, जैसे हम बोल रहे थे कि सोलर पावर्ड को फिर से डबल हाइफनेटेड नहीं कर सकते. इट इज इनकरेक्ट. So we come to foreign words now. Can you tell me some of the commonly used foreign words which we keep using without even realizing that they are foreign words? They've become a part of our system. They've become a part of our vocabulary. अंग्रेजों ने इतने साल रूल किया तो वो कुछ कुछ वर्ड्स ऐसे हमको देकर चले गए कि we do not even realize that they are not part of our language. They are not even, huh? Huh? Which word?
Chair, table,
Which
Mandatory.
I can't hear. Can
Mandatory.
you? Mandatory. Okay. Mandatory.
table,
Mandatory
chain,
is a foreign word, mandatory?
Yeah, ma'am, it is given in the Oxford University. That means in compulsory portion. So
No, no,
routinely we use
no, mandatory. I know it is. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know if it's a foreign word.
Ma'am, de facto, de jure, ab initio, then caveat emptor. Since I am belonging to law field, so there are number of words in the law which have which are from foreign, and we are using in our day-to-day life.
Yes, and we are going to be using some of them in the class also today. So, but I want to ask everyone, do you know bona fide is also a foreign
Yes,
word?
bona
Bona
fide.
fide, yes. Bona fide, then status quo, all these words are foreign words. Money, they are English, maybe they are borrowed words. सो फॉरेन वर्ड्स माने हमारे लिए तो बहुत सारे, हिंदी अगर लैंग्वेज की बात करें, मराठी लैंग्वेज की बात करें, तो हम लोग जो भाषा के इंग्लिश के बहुत सारे वर्ड्स अपने वोकैबुलरी में ले आते हैं, बट इंग्लिश में भी अलग लैंग्वेजेस के वर्ड्स आ रखे हैं, सो दे बिकम द फॉरेन वर्ड्स. So, when you are not feeling well, but all these words have a strong connection. So, to understand their meaning, वो connection को थोड़ा सा relate करेंगे, then we will be able to understand. So, morning when you are not feeling well, you are feeling giddy, you are feeling sick, what do you call it? Nausea. So there is a word related with that. It is called ad nauseum. So it's a Latin word. And it means because nausea is sick, not feeling up to the mark. So ad nauseam is also something where you are to a sickening degree. He talked and talked and talked endlessly. So he talked and ad nauseam about the time he scored the winning run. So why we are doing these foreign words? Because पहले तो थोड़े से vocab, again we will get to know all these new words, and also when we are using them in writing. So this is again a very common word. Everyone knows this. Bon voyage, have a nice trip, and bona fide. So we will keep remember, I mean, we have to learn these words so that everything that we are doing here in the class may be asked in the question paper. तो सबकी मीनिंग्स आपको आनी चाहिए, सबकी sentences also at least you should be aware of. Yes. Anybody wants to ask any question? So बहुत simple है. Ad nauseam is nausea से related. Bon voyage is of course trip. Everyone knows that. Then bona fide is, the meaning of bona fide is genuine. So whenever a child comes to the college, bona fide certificate, bona fide resident, so that is genuine. Then, of course, ma'am, you shared all these law words. You can tell us more about caveat emptor. Who
Yes,
was
ma'am.
sharing? Yes, please.
It is a doctrine which means that buyer be aware. That is, whenever a buyer is buying something, so he should be aware while buying about that product. Then he can't claim if anything wrong happens with that product. He can't claim for any damages to the seller. So that is buyer be aware.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I learned what caveat emptor meant the hard way when I bought a bike that never seemed to work right. So I should have known about this term beforehand. So this is let the buyer beware, and it is very widely used word in today's terminology, in today's times. Carte blanche is unlimited authority. So anybody can share something about carte blanche? It's unlimited authority. So you have the whole sole control over any organization or any program, or you are like the king. So carte blanche. Then masses. Masses we know means group, people. Whenever we say masses, there was a group, crowd, huge number of people. So in a large group. So en masse means a large group. Okay. Then fait accompli. It means established fact, but which is something which is already proven. So Louis was disappointed, but his losing the election for class president was a fait accompli. Everyone knew that he was going to be losing the election. It was already an established fact that they would not win. And for en masse, the fans left the football stadium en masse once the score became 42-0. That means everyone left the stadium in large groups. Nobody stayed, very few people stayed behind. What is this word? F-A-U-X-P-A-S. We must have heard this word many times, or others could be sharing this, or we may have used it. Anybody?
Papa, ma'am.
Huh? Who's, yeah?
Papa.
Yes. And it means social blunder. So we have to remember the word is faux pas. X is silent and S is silent. So social blunder is something a big mistake which you are committing in front of a large people. So Elizabeth realized too late that not attending Susan's party was a faux pas. She reached the formal party in casual clothes and realized that she had made a big faux pas. So social blunder. Then ipso facto, that is the fact itself. This is a Latin word by the fact itself. A teacher ipso facto is in charge of his or her class. So ipso facto is important. We already know modus operandi. All these words are in alphabetical order. So like we started with ad nauseam, A, then bona fide, then what was the other word after bona fide? Yeah, ad nauseam, A, then B has two words, bon voyage and bona fide, carte blanche and caveat emptor, the two C words, then en masse and fait accompli, EF, nothing with G, faux pas, ipso facto. Now we come to modus operandi. Modus operandi, we already know. It is method of operating. So my modus operandi when studying is to set very specific goals. And persona non grata. Persona means person. Non means not. Grata is not acceptable. So Sally was a persona non grata in our club because she wouldn't follow the rules. Not acceptable. Unacceptable person is persona non grata. So modus operandi and persona non grata. Can anybody just revise what words we have done till now? We started with ad nauseam. Then we did
Bona fide, bon voyage,
voyage. Then
caveat
carte
emptor,
blanche. हाँ, right? हाँ. Carte blanche and caveat emptor. Then
En
Yeah.
mass and fait accompli.
accompli,
Opa and
Papa.
ipso facto.
Ipso facto.
Yes. Modus operandi and persona non
Persona non
grata.
grata.
Then prima donna, a person who is temperamental and conceited, not popular. So Laura wasn't popular with the other girls because they considered her to be a prima donna. She was like too much full of herself. Then pro bono is of course again a very popular word these days, charity, where you are not charging. So done or donated without charge. The lawyer's pro bono work with the homeless gave him a sense of personal satisfaction. Again, it's a law word.
yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Many NGOs file public interest litigations pro bono. That is
Yes.
for charity
Yes.
without charge.
Yes, without charge. So quid pro quo is again something for something. Helping Jan with his math was quid pro quo for the time Jan helped me mow the lawn. You do something and you do something in return. And status quo is the existing condition. So because he didn't like the change, Bert always tried to maintain the status quo as it is, the existing condition. So we will quickly revise what we have done since the beginning of the session because we did many things and we are now coming to the close. So I'll just quickly revise. So this is what we started with: spelling, punctuation, capitalization, quotation. We are going to be doing capitalization in research articles. So tomorrow we will be doing that. Quotation, everything is going to be there. Why writing mechanics are important. What are the components of a good research article? What are the basics of writing? And in today's session, we did letters and words. very, very important. Then we did the sounds of English, the vowels and consonants, the long sounds and the short vowel sounds. The difference between the two, the difference of in the sound of C as sa and C as ka, G as ja and G as ga, then syllable. What is a syllable? And how do we divide the syllables? So we also did some spelling rules, the very, very simple ones, floss, 111, and rabbit. The others have not done too much in detail. We will just see if we get time, then we will be doing it. Common Greek roots, root words, and again, these are the root words. Exercises on spelling, exercise on syllables, and this is word division rules. So please remember this. This is very important. Hyphens are used to divide words. One syllable words cannot be divided. Proper nouns are not divided, prefix and suffix. Then syllables, this again 2 or more words, how they are used in numbers. Then foreign words, ad nauseam, bon voyage, bona fide. Then which word is after this? Carte blanche, caveat emptor, en masse, Popa, ipso facto, modus operandi, persona non grata. Any questions? We have 5 minutes. If there are any questions, you can put the questions in the chat box. Villain?
Villain is a foreign word or whether
Villain?
villain is a
Okay. Villain, actually, I mean, for us, so English is a foreign language. So villain, whether it's a foreign word for English language. So I think villain is a part of, it's become, and if it has become an integral part of English language, it has become it's been absorbed in the language. So villain is very much absorbed in the language. Like it may be borrowed, maybe initially it could have been borrowed from some other language, but now it is very well absorbed. Like I was reading, I was listening to an interview by Shashi Tharoor, where he was saying how Britishers have taken words from Indian context. So the word shampoo has come from the Indian word champi. So champi used to be, was the word used for head massage. And because CH becomes sh sound, so from champi it became, I don't know how it became shampoo, but the origin is from the Indian context. So, but now it's become an integral part of English language. So similarly, even, I mean, so many Indian words have also Maharaja and all have become integral parts of English language. So villain has also become a part of the language now. So it's now not considered as a foreign word. Okay, is that clear? Does this answer your question?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, but some words, like when you are writing in your research article, and if they are heavily, if they are borrowed words and not absorbed in English language, those words will either be put in italics or they will be put in inverted commas, or you will be underlining it. So we should just know this. So this we have already done: pro bono, prima donna, and status quo and quid pro quo. So that is all for today. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask the questions. We have 5-10 minutes. And please give your feedback on how did you find the session. एनी क्वेश्चंस जो शुरू में मैम ने बोला था, जो पाली में कर रहे हैं, जो मराठी में कर रहे हैं, आपको जिनको लैंग्वेज में ही कर रहे हैं, क्या आपको सारी चीजें जो हमने की थी वो क्लियर हुई, या कोई ऐसी चीज है जो एक्सप्लेन करनी चाहिए, और आपका कैसा फीडबैक है, प्लीज शेयर. एंड ऑल द अदर्स आल्सो who have been very actively participating, Meghna ma'am, Priyanka ma'am, please feel free to share. Papita. हाँ, हेलो.
फ्रेंड्स कुछ क्वेश्चन होंगे तो पूछिए. स्पेसिफिकली मराठी वाले पार्टिसिपेंट्स, तुम्हाला काही डिफिकल्टीज असतील तर डिस्कस करा यातले, कारण की बरेच प्रश्न फाइनल एग्जाम मध्ये येतील. अगर आपको कुछ डिफिकल्टी होगी तो आप हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हैं मैडम से.
हाँ,
कि आप डाउट्स
बिल्कुल.
क्लियर कर लीजिए.
क्योंकि ये वर्ड डिविजन वगैरह ये सब आने वाला है, सिलेबल्स आने वाले हैं, और स्पेलिंग भी आने वाली है, सब आने वाले हैं, फॉरेन वर्ड्स भी आने वाले हैं, सब एग्जाम में आएंगे. तो अगर आपको कुछ डाउट्स है, क्वेश्चंस हैं, तो आप अभी पूछ सकते हैं.
हमें इसकी जो पीपीटीज आपने दिखाई है वो हमें स्टडी मटेरियल के फॉर्म में मिलेगा क्या?
जो हेलो मैम, आपका आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है.
आपने जो अभी पीपीटीज हमें शो की है ना, वो हमें मिलेगा
हाँ,
क्या?
आपको पीपीटी, अच्छा, तो मैं मैम से, कुछ तो अपलोडेड है शायद साइट पे,
वो
बट
प्रीवियस वाला
कंप्लीट.
है, अपडेटेड वाला नहीं है, पहले वाला है मैडम को.
अच्छा अच्छा, तो इसमें आपको अगर मैं सारी स्लाइड्स आपको भी दे दूंगी तो भी आप शायद सारी स्लाइड्स फिर से आप करेंगे नहीं.
मैडम ये पूरा सेशन हो जाने देते हैं, आपके पूरे 3 दिन की हो जाने देते हैं, और फिर उसके
हाँ
बाद आप जो ब्रीफ जो देते हैं ना पीपीटी, वो वाला अपन शेयर
हाँ
करेंगे इनके साथ.
हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, वो हम शेयर कर लेंगे मैम.
जी.
अभी
यस.
जो ढेर सारे जो वर्ड्स हो गए हमारे, हमने जो रिवीजन वगैरह करे, वो वाले वर्ड्स अगर हमें मिलते तो हम अच्छे से लर्न कर लेते उसको एग्जाम के लिए, प्रिपरेशन के लिए.
कौन
मैडम
से वाले वर्ड्स?
अभी जो वर्ड्स लिए ना,
हाँ, वर्ड्स लिए,
एमसीक्यू
फॉरेन वर्ड्स लिए, स्पेलिंग्स लिए.
अलका मॅडम,
जी
मॅडम तुमचे प्रॅक्टिस क्वेश्चन्स घेतील आणि ते तुम्हाला देतील पण, म्हणजे इतके सगळे वर्ड्स लक्षात नाही ठेवले तरी चालेल. मैडम जो प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस आप लोगों से कराएंगे ना, उतने आप लोगों को अच्छे से याद रखने हैं. सिर्फ समझते समय अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम आया होगा आज के सेशन में, तो वो आप मैडम से फिर से रिपीट करा सकते हैं.
ओके, समझ गए, लेकिन इतने सारे वर्ड हम लोगों को लर्न करने पड़ेंगे ना.
नहीं, इतना लर्न नहीं करना है. जो मैडम प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस कराएंगे उसमें से आप लोगों को कवर हो जाएंगे आपके क्वेश्चंस.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू.
ठीक है
थैंक यू
जी. ओके. So, any more question? Otherwise, we will stop for the day. आज का आपका फर्स्ट दिन है, इसलिए अपन थोड़ा जल्दी छोड़ रहे हैं. कल से अपना पूरा 5 बजे तक सेशंस रहेंगे. टुडे इज अवर फर्स्ट डे, तो अपन आज थोड़ा जल्दी वाइंड अप करते हैं. आप लोगों को भी एडजस्टमेंट के लिए थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. जी
Diva ma'am.
जी.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask one favor. If you can share the slides you presented today, would be good. Actually, it's a good to share with others also. It's like it's very brief and means like knowledge about the English and all. So it would be a favor for us to if you share the same slide to us.
Sir, are you dealing with English language?
No, actually, sir. Ma'am, I'm a pharma professional, but I like the session you did today, and that's why I
Okay.
wanted to keep it with me.
Okay, okay. So in the end, like at the end of the 3 days, we will definitely be sharing a PPT, which will be uploaded. I'll be sharing it with Preeti ma'am. And then you can refer to the main points from there. And I think a recording of this session will also be shared, right, ma'am? Preeti ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. There everything has been covered. PPT will also be there in the recorded session and your explanation also.
हाँ,
Sure,
so
then fine. Okay, madam.
then you can always refer to it. And all
Yeah,
the members who are faculty members who are present today can always refer to the recording also, because all the details are already there in that.
sure, sure.
Yes?
Yeah. Thank
Uh,
you.
so
Okay.
wonderful, but you are taking a keen interest. So thank you. Thank you so much for that.
So
Divya
thank
ma'am, you were asking for the review, so I will give you the review. How was the lecture? Ma'am, it's a bona fide comment that ab initio, that is from the very beginning, the lecture was very interesting and it ipso facto, that is automatically, it kept us, it did not make us feel sleepy, and hoping to have the same status quo tomorrow also on voice. So, ma'am, this we have learned from you today. Thank you.
Wonderful. I mean, that needs a big, big clap. How beautifully you have incorporated all the foreign words into your review. I think that's amazing. So, yes, really
Thank you,
looking
ma'am.
forward to tomorrow's session also. Thank you. So that is, yes, wonderful, wonderful, and a great motivation for me also. Yes.
thank
So we
you.
will all thank you. Thank you so much for being so interactive and interested and responding so uh, rapidly. So, thank you so much and
So
really
thank you all of
enjoyed.
you. Yes, thank you so much, madam, for your as usual wonderful session. Every batch appreciated it a lot, and this batch as well. So today is their first day, and I hope they all liked it. Your session. First session was bit technical related to research, pre-lunch session, and post lunch हमेशा ही अच्छा रहता है आपके सेशन का. आज का भी अच्छा हुआ मैडम. So thank you so much, madam. Tomorrow it will be from 2 to 5 p.m.
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Okay.
So,
So
we
thank
will
you so
see
much, ma'am.
everyone.
Yes, ma'am. See you tomorrow, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please take good care of yourself.
Thank
Bye
you,
bye.
ma'am. Good day, ma'am.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
day.
Thank you all the participants. Now I'm ending the meeting. See you tomorrow at 10:15. And in our WhatsApp group, I have shared our timetable of seminar. So kindly go through the timetable, note down the dates and the timing of your respective seminars, and please do start your preparations.
Okay, madam.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So thank you. Okay. Good day.
Thank you, madam.